Hey everybody, welcome back. Hot in the news, big item in the news is Elon Musk, which is a huge distraction, by the way. Just like the Johnny Depp trial, they're trying to redirect you from a lot of the things that are really going on. It's what the Romans used to call a bread and circus, and it works really well. It worked thousands of years ago. It works today. It works even better today because we have media and social media that blows everything up all over the place. If something happens somewhere in the world, 10 minutes later, everybody knows now. It's not like in the old days where, you know, sometimes you had to wait for a ship to come in to find out what happened somewhere. So we're in the electronic age and everybody knows everything instantly. Everybody expects instant information, instant gratification, and that opens the door for a lot of nonsense and a lot of mess. And you can overlook certain things. Now they're hammering on Elon Musk because of his buying heavy shares in Twitter, which gives him the position of being able to make decisions on behalf of Twitter. And he did this, he claims, and he could have other reasons, a lot of them could be financial ones, but his main purpose, so he claims, and I agree with at least this aspect of it, and if he wants to make money off of it, I don't care. Let him make some money. I know he's one of the richest people on the planet, but I don't care how much money he has. I don't care if he has $1 trillion, honestly. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. But he claims that the platform is not equal, which is true. That the platform is not balanced at all. You can't trust it. You get thrown off. There are many things that people have been banned from Twitter for that turned out to be the truth later on, and there's no apology. People aren't let back in. The people that are overseeing Twitter have made it one of the most toxic, or the most toxic of all the social media platforms. And he says, no, we're gonna balance that back up. If you're already one of these people that are on here, stay on here, I don't care, but everybody else is gonna have a voice too, because everybody's entitled to a voice. And they should be. They should be. You should be allowed to say whatever you want, and believe it or don't. You shouldn't have anyone telling you what to believe or how to believe it. Example, we know someone who believes the flat earth theory. Yeah, big time, like deep in it. I don't think that's correct. Do I care that he thinks the earth is flat? I don't care. What does it affect? Anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we care?
Yeah, what do it got to do with me?
Believe the earth is flat. Believe the earth is a triangle. What difference does it make? It doesn't matter. And it's presumptuous of me to try to force this person to acknowledge its roundness. All right, but that's what Twitter does. And now that they're afraid it's going to stop, suddenly, and Elon Musk was very vocal about this, what is it, 2-3 days later, the government rolls out this misinformation board that is being fronted by the
UN, right?
No, it's Homeland Security, I think.
Yeah, it is Homeland Security.
Homeland Security is fronting this, and I'm like,
why is Homeland Security doing all that?
Why is Homeland Security doing anything? Why do we have this? You know,
they ain't doing nothing on that border.
No, it's another oversight system, really, that keeps us in check more than anything else. So why do you have this? Basically, the government has officially rolled out its Ministry of Truth, and I'm sure some of you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. If you've ever read or seen, and I recommend seeing the film, the 80s version of the film.
Why, they had a different version?
They have an earlier version.
Okay.
That's it's actually not badly presented, but it's not as graphic. You don't get as much of a feel of the story out of it, but it's still kind of dismal. The 80s version is much darker, but they both draw heavily on the story without really altering it. So I would recommend watching both of them in the book, making a comparison. That's just the artsy bit of me there. I like doing that. You know, how does this compare to the book?
Yeah.
But if you know what that is, if you remember what dude's job was, he was working for the Ministry of Truth. His job was to make sure you saw the truth they wanted you to see, even if it wasn't. And that's where you get the double think from. We know this is crap, but we're going to say that it isn't because we're scared. And is that what we're going to have to deal with? Department of Homeland Security banging on your door and asking you questions and intimidating you?
2 + 2 = what was it? 8 or 6? Oh, 5.
5. How many fingers am I holding up?
5.
Yeah. I don't know was the answer that started to get him off the hook. He was like, oh, that's better. We're getting closer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip you into shape or shock you into shape.
Yeah, terrify you into shape, basically. And he didn't believe it. You find out at the end that he knew. He gives an indication that I knew it was always 4, but I was afraid to admit it anymore. But this is our government's equivalent of the Ministry of Truth, basically. They're going to attempt to tell us what the truth is and is not, which they're already doing.
Yeah.
But this is just more official. Attempt to tell us what is and is not the truth and what we can and cannot believe, basically. And that's a terrifying concept. We already basically, if we're being honest, we don't have any freedom. We don't have any liberty. This is one step closer to really closing the trap. And people should be very concerned about it.
Yeah.
And they should resist that, even though I know protesting really doesn't work, not anymore. Government doesn't listen to you, your officials, your congressmen. Write your congressman. That way it can go right in the shredder. Email your congressman so that the intern can hit delete, delete, delete. And you know, interns get all that stuff and they destroy it because your congressman doesn't want to be bothered, and they know that. They are not there to serve you. It's a mistake to believe that. I'm not a fan at all of the voting process. Like George Carlin said, if voting was so important, they wouldn't let you do it. Paraphrasing a little, I think that's the quote. You get the idea. But this is what's going on right now. I mean, essentially, our government is unveiling its Ministry of Truth, and we should all be concerned. We should be concerned with everything that they do that regulates us, restricts us, or taxes us. People in the United States have gotten very soft in the area of taking a stand.
Yeah, and you should be aware that this stuff is not new. It's been talked about for years.
Yeah.
But 1984 came out when in the 30s. It came out before TV.
Yeah.
And I mean, all through the
Before
movie.
official television. Yeah.
Right, and all through the movie, the TV was watching them. You got Brave New World.
Which we have now, by the way, because if you have a modern set, and especially if one of those boxes is hooked up to it, it is watching you.
Yeah, and you go to Walmart and Home Depot, they doing the face recognition on every aisle.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere you go, they're watching you. And we were doing an exercise video because we watched YouTube to do exercises. In this one boot camp, they have a thing where you can do it live with them. And the instructor was like, come on, Karen, don't slack up on us now. You can get those push-ups. I only saw you do like 5, and they were supposed to do 10. And and in the movie, during exercise time.
Yeah, he got winded, and then she called him out. Was it number 43? Is there a problem? Do I need to send someone to your apartment? No, I'm okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, those things, you know, back then, it was unthinkable. It's like, oh, okay, this
That'll
is cool.
never happen.
This is cute. It's not so cute now because those things actually happen. So, you know.
We've gotten to a point where all those crazy conspiracy theories have turned into predictions.
Yeah.
You know, you should be worried.
Yeah. You should be very, very concerned. Yeah. And you need to start thinking about it and having conversations with your family and close friends or other like-minded people.
Yeah, and be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful about new people.
Yeah.
New people, because agencies love infiltrating large groups. Let's just put it that way. So I don't know. Thoughts on this? Does that have you nervous, people? What do you think about that? Feel free to post your thoughts in the comments section down below. please do give the video a thumbs up if you dare, because they're probably tracking that too. Share it if you can, probably the only way it'll get seen, because ScrewTube hates my channel. Subscribe if you're new, check out some of the other videos. You know the routine. If you're curious about the cat and dog images, they're strays that we help to take care of, and it helps with the loading algorithm, believe it or not. If you wanted to help the channel out, there are links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and we sure do appreciate it. And if that's it, then what more can I say? But stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.